Records will be broken, bodies pushed to their limits, and legends created as 12 teams battle to win the longest ocean race on the planet. This is the Clipper Round the World Yacht Race. By day 7, Derry London Derry Durra is enjoying blue skies and a steady 18 knots breeze and overtakes Great Britain, which drops to third behind Henry Lloyd. Qingdao and 1 DLL follow closely behind as the leaders focus on the scoring gate 100 miles ahead. All of the yachts are now enjoying glorious sailing conditions over a third of the way across the Pacific Ocean, with steady winds propelling them towards San Francisco. This is what the crews signed up for.
We're doing a solid sort of 11-12 knot average, going in the right direction to San Fran, and it's quite easy helming, it's nicely balanced. So it's quite fun today.
However, on day 8, the Qingdao yacht experiences a terrifying lightning strike that destroys their lightning conductor and most of their electronics, forcing repairs throughout the next day.
So the other night we were out in a thunderstorm and lightning storm. Unfortunately, we got hit by lightning. The lightning hit the top of the rig and came down one of the wires onto the instruments. So basically, a surge went through the whole system and blew out the navigation computer, the instruments, and anything else that was attached to, including the automated ASI unit. So you can see a bit of smoke damage there. So the last couple of days, we've been working with a good old paper charts and a handheld GPS.
Oh, it's dead scary. Big lightning storm, and we were counting the distance. So the first one was 12 seconds, so we thought it was 3 miles away. Then there was 4 seconds, we thought that's 1 mile away, it's coming this way. And then, bang, and a crash. This big flash, sparks out the boom, and then everything went black.
And the weather prediction is worsening across the fleet as the first of a series of storm fronts move in, forcing sails to be changed and tactics to be rethought ahead of the final push for the scoring gate.
Probably stay on the south-going tack or southeast-going tack to get us into the better breeze sooner, rather than doing less miles and going northeast and staying in headwinds for longer. But we'll just play it by ear and keep a good eye on the scoring gate. It'd be kind of annoying if the guys in the south, if a couple of them beat us to the gate, which is possible, because they'll be charging in at it at 10 or whatever knots, whereas we'll probably be lucky to doing 6 knots towards it. We'll just keep an eye on it and keep our fingers crossed. After that, it'll be basically a front passing, so we get a massive back in the wind, a lot of rain and gusts and stuff.
And by day 10, the northerly track has clearly not paid off for them as they lose the lead. Invest Africa takes 3 points for crossing the scoring gate first, just 21 minutes ahead of Henry Lloyd, who scored 2 points. And Switzerland takes the final point in third as the fleet races on. Day 11, and a big storm arrives with it. Gusts reaching over 60 knots, but the competitive battle continues. Next day, it's the halfway point in race 10. Teams in the middle and east of the main fleet are left feeling wet, cold and frustrated, as Mother Nature drenches them non-stop to add to their exhaustion in this long and draining race. The physical toll adds up through watch after watch, with occasional sickness only adding more pressure, reducing the badly needed hands on deck.
In slightly challenging conditions, you need all 5 people on deck. So when somebody wants to go to the heads, we have to go and get one of the mothers up from the galley so that we can go and do the heads, and that's before we start talking about going to have a little bit of off time or doing your rota duties or something like that. So it's been massively challenging, just the impact on reduced numbers up on deck.
The overall lead remains close past the halfway stage as this dramatic race continues, with Invest Africa holding onto its lead, just 20 miles ahead of Henry Lloyd in second, and 30 miles ahead of third-placed Great Britain. The fleet continues to endure multiple storm fronts as the injury toll mounts and conditions worsen, meaning frequent sail changes.
There's an element of danger every time you go to the foredeck, because that's where the waves crash over. When we've heard on other boats, that's where people have gone overboard, albeit clipped on.
In clipper race basic training, the need to be constantly clipped on with the double safety tethers is priority number one in challenging conditions, born from many years' experience. Just one slip is all it takes, as the crew of Derry Londonderry Durra discover mid-Pacific. While changing a head sail, Andrew Taylor forgets to clip back on securely, and with one deep dip of the bow, he's gone. Immediately, skipper and crew leap into the much-rehearsed man overboard drill, except this time, it's for real.
My position is 41 degrees, 43.293 north, 179 degrees, 11.47.
The nearest yacht is 1 DLL, which immediately stops racing to assist. Meanwhile, there is no sign of Andrew, and his crew are searching in a sweep pattern to try and spot him in the mountainous swells and strong wind. In these conditions, hypothermia sets in quickly, and he's now been in the water for an hour. But suddenly, his emergency beacon lights up on the radar, and the yacht heads straight for him, almost 4 miles from where he went overboard. The crew prepares to rescue him as they edge nearer, but they have no idea if he's still alive. The yacht comes alongside Andrew, and miraculously he's still conscious, as Jason Middleton drops into the freezing water in a recovery move he's rehearsed dozens of times, but never in such conditions. Gradually, both are hauled aboard. Andrew is clearly suffering from severe hypothermia and is in shock and pain. His dry suit undoubtedly helped save his life, and now the crew can warm him up and assess his overall condition. Remarkably, the team can resume racing, and by day 18 the fleet is approaching the ocean sprint stage, where the fastest yacht across the 2 lines of longitude will earn 2 bonus points. But with a twist in the weather, the winds now turn light and fog engulfs the leaders. This means more tactical decisions, with 1,200 miles left to the finish line and a big high-pressure system in the way.